Hello everybody, Daniel Markham here with Markham Gardens. Sorry I hadn't put out a video in a little while, had a little bit of medical stuff going on, but God is good and he sustained me and we're back at it again. So just wanted to touch base with you guys. Today I'm doing a little project. The other day I went to the store and went to go buy some seed starting mix, and I was a little disappointed. The seed starting mix that I ended up buying, I'm not going to mention the brand. It's not a big deal, but had a lot of heavy wood chips and some things in there. And one thing, if you've ever tried to start seeds, especially small seeds like herb seeds such as mint and rosemary and bee balm and strawberry, berries and things like that, the seeds are really small, and if you plant them in a seed starting mix that has a lot of wood chips and stuff, sometimes they don't come up because they're stuck underneath those wood chips or things like that. And really what you want is a really fluffy mix, something that's fairly airy, that allows a lot of fast root growth on those type of things. And so, sorry about the traffic, guys. The property's right next to the highway. But so I just wanted to give you guys a rundown. I wasn't happy with the seed starting mix that I got, and I decided, this doesn't make sense. Here we have chickens. We have a way of making our own soil. And I thought, let's go ahead and get that done and let's start that project. And I thought I would kind of bring you guys along. So as you guys know, here on the property from previous videos, we have got a plethora of wood chips. We've got wood chips all over the property, and I use those wood chips in our chicken run, as you can see here with all of our chickens, Patty and Leo, and yeah, we name them, but they're pets, they're for eggs anyway. So but they do something else for us. I throw wood chips into here, and about every 2 months I throw in about 8 wheelbarrow loads full. And what that does is it keeps some of the ammonia levels down from their nitrogen breaking down from their poop. And I know I've done a previous video on that as well, and the importance of that, so I won't go into that in great detail. But if you'll put wood chips in there, and as the chickens begin to poop on it, it begins to break that down and turns into good soil. And the problem you run into is, although it can be good soil, there's also some heavy wood chips in there. So I'm going to show you guys the process of what we're doing today. I also want to show you guys what I'm using it for. So hang tight just a second. All right, guys, I'm back. So I've walked into the shop where we've got kind of a little propagation room, and the light's going to take a little bit to adjust, so bear with me, but I just wanted to show you guys what we've been doing in here, kind of some of the starts that we've been doing. If you look down here, you can see I've already started a whole bunch of different things like peppers. We've got some morning glory that I'm going to end up putting out by the front fence. We've got some other peppers started, some friendship cactus. We've got some Russian purple tomatoes. We've got back here are some Japanese honeysuckle, but up here on top we've got peppers, we've got bee balm, we've got let's see, we've got dill. What are some other things? We've got eggplant going. We just have a whole bunch of stuff going up here. And that's just the start of it, guys. So you see this one shelf here. Basically, I'm going to end up building a whole nother shelf to fill this section. And on the other side of the room, let me see if I can do this without making you dizzy. On the other side of the room, there's a whole area over here that is not yet complete, that I'm going to build more shelving for seedlings and things like that. So we're going to need a lot of soil, a lot of seed starting mix. And I'm just not really happy with what I can get here in this area where we're at in Comneal, Texas. We're in southeast Texas, kind of out in the sticks. Which is, where we wanted to be, away from all of the pollution and things like that, like we had in Phoenix. And so hang tight real quick. I'm going to go back to the chicken coop and kind of show you guys what we're doing to create our own seed starting mix and how we're closing the circle of life so that we've got less waste, guys. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back in the chicken run. And here in the chicken run, like I said, we put a whole bunch of wood chips down. That way when the chickens poop on it, it doesn't stink back here. A lot of people do sand, a lot of people do just dirt, but after a while you've got to clean that stuff out pretty consistently, otherwise you get a pretty good buildup of ammonia. It's not good for your chickens, as I've said in previous videos. It can cause disease, virus, things like that. They're basically eating where they're pooping, and if there's no way for that to get covered up, that can cause a lot of issues. But I'm gonna get down here and see if I can do that without Leo here trying to tear me up. And say hello to Patty. Hi, Patty. This is our guard goose, African goose that we have. But you can see down here we've got Patty. We've got a whole bunch of wood chips down here. And in these wood chips, you'll see, I mean, there are some fine material, but there's also a lot of stick. There's a lot of bigger chips like this that obviously don't make a great seed starting mix, guys. They if these wood chips and things are on top of the seeds just will not come up and they won't be successful. So what I've done is I've created a system, and some of you may have seen this before. Some of you may have even done this before, and if you've done it or you've heard of it, this may just be a refresher for you. But what I'm trying to do here is teach you guys how to complete the circle of life. Basically, you know, when you grow a garden, you're going to take those vegetables that you get and those greens, and you're going to take them inside and you're going to eat some of them. And but there's going to be trimmings off of that. There's going to be waste. There's going to be leftovers that you're not going to be able to finish. Even off of your meat scraps, you know, say you get some you know, chicken breast from the store. You guys eat a whole bunch and there's a little bit left over. Well, one of the things, if you don't have chickens, I recommend you get chickens, because you can throw those things out here to your chickens. They will eat that. They'll process it, and then when they poop that out, they poop it onto the wood chips, and it begins to break down in the wood chips and begins to break down those wood chips as well. As the chickens go through and they scrape, you can see right over here, you see Licorice is just scraping up a storm, and he's finding little seeds and little goodies down and bugs underneath. But as he's doing that, it is also breaking down that material. It's breaking down those wood chips into a finer material. And so what I've done is I've gone out here and I created a little grate, basically. It is a mesh made out of a 1/4 inch hardware cloth. Now, if you're making a seed starting mix and things, you're going to want to use a 1/4 inch. Because that's going to leave it nice and fine and fluffy. And I'm placing these wood chips on top of this mesh, and then I'll show you real quick. Basically what I'm doing is I'm moving this stuff back and forth on this 1/4 inch mesh, and as you move that apart, the finer particles are falling down to the inside. And so let me show you real quick. Let me lift this grate off of here, and I'll show you what exactly is being made. It is incredible. It's probably, to me, it's about 3 times better than what I can buy. So as I undo this, bear with me, I'm doing this with one arm. One of these days we'll get some better equipment for you guys so that I can show you a little better. But if you look down here, this is what it's making, guys. You see this fluffy mixture? This allows the roots to go through it very easily. It retains just enough water. But on top of that, this also has all of the chicken poop that has broken down and mixed with this carbon to make it to where it's not so hot that it burns your plants. You'd be hard-pressed to find a seed starting mix that is this nice for this cheap. Basically free. And so we like to complete the circle. We feed to the chickens what we don't eat. The chickens poop that out. They put that into the wood chips. The wood chips break down. We then make seed starting mix so that we can plant our vegetables and our food back in that to feed the vegetables. And then we consume that again and we repeat the process all over again. I would love to see everybody begin doing this. Now, a lot of people say, well, we don't have room for chickens. You know, we don't have room to do that. I beg to differ, guys. We lived in Phoenix, Arizona, where our backyard was probably about 250 to 300 square feet. We ended up making a run and a coop in that backyard. yard, and we ended up having, I believe at one time we had 20 to 22 chickens back there. We're doing really, really well, but I learned this process in Phoenix and was able to start a massive food forest in the front yard. I had 400 square feet and had about 65 fruit trees growing in that front yard that were all producing from mangoes to guava to passion fruit to Suriname cherries. We had peaches, we had pears, we had, we had everything. And this process, I'm telling you, works. It feeds a lot of bio life back to the soil. If you know anything about soil, if you lose life in soil, that soil's dead. It's not beneficial to your plants. And so, you know, these chickens are basically, you know, Licorice over here's doing all the hard work for me. All I got to do is separate it out so that I can then plant back into that soil. And that way we can grow all those vegetables again and do it in a healthy way. Now, I will tell you, out of this entire run that we have right here, I have only dug up this tiny little area right here. And it's probably about a foot deep. And just in this tiny little area, what I've been able to make off of this, in this wheelbarrow right now, I've got just under about 2 cubic feet of seed starting mix that I can literally plant my seeds directly into and begin our new garden for this next spring. So again, guys, if you haven't done this, if you have chickens, get on this. This is a free way to get soil. It's a free way to get, you know, a heavy organic material to plant your seedlings into that's nice and fluffy, and it'll grow you a great garden. If you already have your garden going, you can put this right around your plants each spring, and you can basically, it'll feed your plants without burning them. This is the way to do that. You can't put chicken poop directly. Chicken poop will burn your plants. So, but you can put this around your plants and this will not burn your plants. There's the right mixture of carbon and nitrogen, and it doesn't allow the nitrogen to get so high that it's going to burn your plants. So if you guys have this in place, I suggest you begin doing it, especially if you want to grow your own food and be more sufficient, you know, self-sufficient, and not have to pay all that extra money for all the extra stuff that everybody's bagging up for us. So I've probably talked your ear off. I've probably repeated myself a few times, but it's just super important, guys. And I hope you got something out of this, and I hope it helps you grow your garden better and find a use for your scraps. If you don't have wood chips, get your lawn clippings. Go to the neighbor and get their lawn clippings. If you don't have that, go rake up some leaves from somewhere. Go find a restaurant, you know, that has trees around them, and say, hey, you know, I'll rake up all of your leaves and all of your pine needles and things, and if you'll let me take those, and you can put those in with your chickens, and your chickens will begin breaking that down to allow you to make better soil so that you can make better food, so you can get better eggs, which all of us need nowadays, and basically complete the full circle, guys. So anyway, it's good to talk to you guys. I'm glad you could come along with me. If you hung in this far, I appreciate it. If you would please like, subscribe, please share this. We want to get this information out there. A lot of people aren't doing this stuff, and they're spending a lot of extra money, and some of them finding themselves in a situation where they can't afford to grow a garden, or they can't afford to feed their chickens or things. So get this word out there. And that way we can get everybody on the same page and able to be a little bit more self-sufficient, guys. All right, love you guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.